Hey guys, welcome back to Raw Mobile. Today we're taking a look at 3 more cases from Poetic that they sent us for the Galaxy S8 Plus. The Plus.
Wipe a little bit there.
Yeah, it's pretty dirty. Oh, God. Ugh.
Give
Well, anyways, while he cleans that, you can probably get the same exact cases for
So
the Galaxy
creepy.
S8, but we have the S8 Plus here, so we're going to review these. We're going to take a look at them. We haven't opened them yet, so we'll kind of be pleasantly surprised with you guys as we see the cases for the first time. And then we're going to cover some details about what we like, what we don't like, and of course leave a comment below for what you guys think.
So I'm gonna put this onto airplane mode so that we don't get like, oh, phone call. Oh, alert. All right, guys. So we have not opened these cases yet, as you can see. On our last case review, people wanted some more insight onto the cons of the cases. So, guys, we're gonna try to do that for you. I can't guarantee many cons, but I will try my best. So, first case. Alex is here, by the way, too. He's just very silent in the background.
You know, con right there. Difficulty opening it. You know.
Yeah, the wrapping.
It's actually very good.
Yeah, it's actually I can't complain about the wrapping. All right, so let's check this one out.
Actually, it's a little Ziploc baggie,
right.
which I don't think you get anywhere.
Yeah, no, it's very nice. Poetic has supplies. Oh, I like this one. Okay, so this is very similar to the G5 cases that we reviewed before, guys. So this is a clear case with the black outline.
I personally don't like when cases are only clear cases. For example, like this one here,
Like my
just
case
like a piece
that I've
of
had
rubber.
on my S8
Yeah,
Plus.
not
which
about that.
looks
I
pretty
like
horrible.
I like when you add plastic or solid pieces to it.
By the way, guys, I don't even know what brand case this is. I bought it like when I got the phone. So these feel a lot better.
What he means to say is he spent every penny that he had
Yep.
to get the S8,
Yes.
and he had a few dollars left over. So this is the case.
I
that he
needed
got.
what would get by, and that one's got me by. So right off the bat, very similar to the other ones we looked at design-wise, which I liked. I really didn't have any. I'm trying to think of like, well, here, let's put it on the phone and let's try to figure out a con. I actually really like how this looks. It feels very good in the hand.
This one actually looks pretty cool, and I like that the colors, it matches with the color pretty nicely. It wraps around. It has the curve.
Depending on the color you have. If you have the black one, I think it actually looks pretty nice together.
Yeah, I think that looks pretty nice. I like that, again, these are not just drawings. This is actually, the physical lift. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there is actually a physical kind of grip going along each edge of the phone, which makes
Always
it really
good to
easy
have more
feel.
grip on the phone, especially with the S8 Plus. I'm telling you, this phone without a case is terrifying to hold. I was so scared when I first got it.
Yeah. Buttons are nice and clicky too, which is nice. So there's no actual click feedback to the buttons. It's just basically rubber sitting on top, but it's not like the button is exposed. So these are covered, and these are actually rubber pieces that are going over, so it extends it out. And that way you avoid the annoying feeling of having to sink into a hole to kind of press the button on your phone. It's all extended and popping out.
And guys, let me check out. Let's see how the fingerprint scanner works with the case on it. Actually, I think it makes it a lot easier to use the fingerprint scanner. That's been a big complaint of the S8 Plus is the fingerprint scanner being in an annoying spot and just hard to find. You constantly touch the camera and basically everything but the fingerprint scanner, which I have had issues with. But I've gotten more used to it. But this actually does help more than I think the case that I was using. It actually like dips in a lot more. I don't know if you can see that. It's very like beveled edges, like really dips in. It makes it easier to find it, I will say that, than this case I was using, which kind of I feel like didn't have that as much. Also, I don't like the feel of this case, but whatever. It was my case that I had on it. This one I think is nicer.
Yeah, it does solve that problem. Using the S8, for me, I feel like the fingerprint scanner is so badly placed, in my opinion. I almost feel like the phone was almost too perfect, and somebody like had to stop Samsung from monopolizing the market. So they're like, why don't you screw up the location so it's not a perfect phone? Because nothing can be perfect, of course. It had to have some issue. But this does fix it, because without that, you're literally sliding along. If you're not using the case,
it's on there good. Let me tell you, it's not gonna fall off.
Solid. Actually, it's tough to get off.
Yeah.
Is
that a con?
No,
it's hard to get off.
It's definitely a pro.
I'm trying, guys.
I mean, it's literally all one glass piece. So when you're trying to feel the back of your phone, you're just rubbing all over the fingerprint scanner. You're rubbing over the flash. You literally have no idea where it is. So that is nice. That's the pro you're going to get out of all the cases, though, is that there's a little divot how you can find it.
I will say this, guys, on the G5, as you can see where the headphone jack is, it's a bigger cutout than this one. So that might be an issue. As you can see, this one's like a perfect circle, where this one kind of cuts out into like almost like a square shape. So I think this is a better opening. So that might be,
Bixby.
a con. I'm not sure. Depends on your headphones. If they're very, very thin headphones, I think it'll fit fine. But that does look like a smaller
I think that might be difficult. There it is. I was trying to get the lighting.
I've had that issue in the past, and that one doesn't look. I mean, it's gonna have to fit just perfectly. So,
like if I take a, let me see if I can try to get some better lighting for you guys, so you can actually see it. There you go. There's the actual size of the headphone jack. There's the actual size of the rubber surrounding it. So
you have headphones or a thing to stick in. I saw in your case, so let's just take a look at that.
I do. Here in my travel bag, which has nothing in it but wires and chargers.
USB Type-C opening, though, is pretty big.
So this is like as bare bones as it gets, guys. There is nothing smaller.
So let's see how this one fits.
So that one, oh my gosh. Well,
I don't know.
Okay.
A little struggle.
It actually doesn't fit. There we go.
You have to wedge it. You have to wedge it.
So okay, so this is a
now that could be a pro or con. Yeah. Maybe you do want it wedged in that tight so it doesn't come out.
Yeah, but I will say that getting it in was a little.
But guys, if it's any bigger than this one, you're gonna have trouble.
That's a perfect fit. So just to kind of give you a size comparison, I don't have like a quarter or anything, but I mean this like here you go. This is an Apple Watch, for example. That's the size of this headphone jack.
It's really not that big. I think it's average.
This is the biggest that you can get. So just bear that in mind. We'll try that actually. We might as well try that with the other cases too, just to kind of see what happens.
Let's check out the other cases. Yeah, it's really hard to get off. So you have that one.
Looks very nice though.
Yeah,
looks very nice and
like
will protect it very well.
All right, guys. I don't know if you want to see the
rip.
Oh my gosh, I ruined the...
Yeah, you did. And that's why, we take turns opening, because you become like a gorilla when you open it. And he opened the largest and most protective case. So we'll move on to that one actually then. This is... Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Let me just tell you the name of the first one, right? And, of course, links in the description. This is the Poetic Affinity Slim Fit Galaxy S8 Plus black/clear case. So we'll post the link to each case in order in the description. This one is the Poetic Revolution case. This is like their more heavy-duty,
so kind of like the one we saw on the G5 Plus that we did.
Yeah, this is going to be a little bit more serious. It's got the double layer protection, which is nice to have, which we're going to have to figure out how to separate.
Well, remember you struggled in the last one.
Yes, I did. You know what? Why don't we skip all the struggling and have you do it this time?
Yeah, that was pretty hard to get out.
Okay.
You were better at putting it on, though.
That's right, I was, and I made fun of you for it immediately. Yep. So I like these just because even if they do offer more protection, but there's an illusion of even further protection just by the way it has to be assembled onto your phone. It just feels very heavy duty. So you take your phone, we're going to sit it in face down, and it actually snaps in really solidly. Then you take the full case and completely...
So this one's probably removing the spilling over the edge screen even more.
Yeah,
this one's really just making it kind of more like a normal looking phone. So that's something to keep in mind when getting a case for the S8 and the S8 Plus. It's just
it does have the satisfying when you get the seal perfectly around, which is good. Hang on.
You didn't do that last time. I think everyone was upset.
Yeah. Hold on here. Okay, almost done. Nice thing is, this is not the kind of case you're going to take off and put on a million times. Otherwise, this would be a little bit
covers the ports troublesome. Again. We should try the headphone jack again with this one.
Yeah, we will. Definitely will do that.
I'm curious how that's going to...
Because I wasn't expecting
You don't have, like, any nails whatsoever, so this might be more difficult for you. Let's see. It's difficult for me. Oh, wow, that's actually really hard to get in there.
Now Ryan has an average nail length, I would say, for a guy.
I cannot actually do this. Okay, I can't open it for the headphone jack, so I'm sure if I finagled it enough.
You know what? I'll bet you once we do it one time, it becomes way easier.
Yeah.
We find out like Poetic sends us instructions. There's like a button you press and it just opens up for you. All right, let's see. There we go. Okay.
Oh, you got it.
I did get it. I feel like I need to stretch that. There.
Yeah.
So it is actually true, guys. You do it one time and then
it kind of opens easier.
Now it's working almost every time perfectly. Let me do it to this one as well. Maybe it's just fresh from the factory right now, a little.
Wow, it's like
little
frustrating
too fresh.
to watch you try to do it.
Hold on. You do it.
I feel like it shouldn't.
Okay.
Yes, there we go. So we get teamwork.
Teamwork. So the only thing I will say, it's not that there's anything wrong with this case. Some people like having this extra kind of water and dust protection. For me, especially if I'm doing this at night, I personally don't usually want to have to try to figure this out, especially if it's dark. Or you have it for a very long time, and then after a while they could just get floppy and loose and they won't seal up all the way anyway. So I've seen people just get these cases and then just cut these off, which is fine. But
if you can't tell, me and Alex are not into the heavy duty cases.
Yes,
this is not our favorite case.
I'm very careful with my phones, but if I was buying this phone for my wife and I gave it to her, I wouldn't give her anything less than this case because it's a pretty expensive phone, and she drops phones like she's being paid for it. So let's try and put this in. Hold on. I feel like bad about the lighting here because the case is dark and the phone is dark. I don't know if you guys can see. There we go. So I'm going to try this here. That one fit perfectly. And you have room to spare.
Oh, so that one was better.
Yeah.
Oh,
so this
wow,
one actually.
Surprising.
Yeah, you have actual room to spare on this one.
Okay, so that one does a little better.
A lot more room. Also a little cutout for the single microphone, which I'm not a huge fan of. On the phone, not the case. The phone itself, I wish they had either front facing or at least
how the buttons on it.
Other kind of coverage. But then that's good. That's a little bit more mushy than the other one. So a little less clicky and a little less clicky and a little more mushy.
Honestly, though, looks-wise, I like the way it looks. It's cool looking. It feels good. It feels like more of a premium case. I don't think we didn't click everything in fully. Oh, Lord.
Once again.
But cool looking. I like that. Actually,
again.
Look at the angular look.
No, it is very cool.
It's a cool looking case, guys. I'll sit it down for you. That's a pretty cool looking case. I do like it.
Oh, and, of course, finding your fingerprint scanner.
Oh, yeah.
Very easy.
That's going to be a lot better. Yeah.
Just like that. Boom. So
I think
that's
you
nice.
missed on the second one, but
there we go.
hit the camera. All right. There you go.
There you go. Okay. Perfect. Let's try the last one.
All right.
Since I'm polite about things and a gentleman, I'm going to let Ryan have his turn now. See? Instead of just rushing in to rip it open. Okay, he's taking too long. I'm going to go ahead and do it. So this is the final case for today. This is the Poetic Carbon Shield Slim Fit case. Again, I'm going to post a link in the description.
We just make a mess of everything. There's wrapper.
Yeah, check out the setup, guys.
It's just
real sloppy.
Super professional.
All right, last case. Kind of like last time, it's like a good mix between the two. So this is probably more protective than this one.
Oh, it's got the carbon.
Yeah,
I like that one.
Less protective than this one, but it has a really, really nice stylish part to it. I'm going to show you guys.
Yeah.
Look at that, almost like a carbon fiber kind of look, which is very, very cool. I don't see that on a lot of cases. At least they're either all carbon fiber or they're all rubber. This is like this cool, just kind of two-tone design. It kind of reminds me of, it looks like a piece of armor almost that you're going to put on the back of the phone. It is soft and it bends, of course, so it's not actually like a hard piece of metal or hard plastic, but it looks really cool. So let's try. And of course you get that cool interior.
Of course,
kind of looks like you're in the Matrix or something. I can't even explain. And let's slide it in. This one just kind of pops right on. Much, much easier. I really like the, let me just kind of get you guys good lighting again. I really like the extended height on the buttons. I'm just big on that because I feel like so many times when you put on a case, when you put a case onto a phone, you're kind of sinking into the cutouts to press those buttons. These are really high up.
Good?
Yeah, they feel really good. In fact, you can probably hear.
Yeah,
that's your clicking sound. I don't know. I like having the satisfying kind of clicking sound.
And how about the headphone jack?
We might as well.
Is that a little better?
That one looks way bigger, actually. Let me kind of get the angle. Here we go. There we go on the lighting again. Same headphone jack.
Yeah.
And look at all the extra. Yeah. Do you guys see that? The extra amount of room that there is.
Bit better.
So honestly, all three cases are terrific, but biggest flaw out of all three cases, I think, would be the first one here. That headphone jack slot is very, very, very small. It's very tight. So it's like a precision cut, but the problem is you'll have difficulty if you have anything other than these headphones that we have here, these really small ones. Overall, I think, for me, which one looks better It's going to be a tough decision, but I think it's going to be between the first two here, I think.
Giving no love to the heavy duty cases, let me tell you.
No, it's, I give it
Listen,
love.
it depends on the person. Some people care more about just protecting the phone.
I believe I would go with the carbon fiber.
It just looks cool.
I just think it looks really cool. It kind of reminds me of like a piece of armor, like a car. Just
and it kind of has that carbon fibery feel. Like they didn't just make it like a polished feel. Like it actually.
Yeah, exactly.
It's cool.
None of these cases feel like pieces of rubber. They're very sturdy.
They feel very good.
This one, I've said I like this before in the last review too. I like when they have
the bumpers.
I like the bumper edges, which this one doesn't have, but it also has a pretty thick all around.
I actually think this one is going to be better protection for you. Because of the bumpers and it's a little stiffer. This is a little bit more rubbery.
It's a pretty big lip on both of them too. Can you guys see that? There's a lip in here. It actually
cool.
wraps over the screen around all edges. This one has it too. This one obviously is just completely consuming the phone. So overall, they're all great cases, guys. I'm gonna say go for this one if you want the absolute most protection, and then it's going to be a choice between these two for your style preference. This one does feel like it's a little bit more sturdy.
But guys,
only
remember,
flaw is
headphone jack.
Headphone jack, kind of small on that one. It's kind of difficult. The other two work perfectly, and surprisingly, this one had the most space for the headphones. So, I don't know why that is. It's funny because you can actually.
Is this one thinner, thickness-wise, than that one, or are they about the same?
About the same. It does look a little bit maybe, but
it's smaller looking.
But look at the difference. Do you guys see that? The difference in the headphone jack size?
Yeah.
That is a huge difference.
So it depends if you care about that or not.
We might as well show this one too. This is a square opening, so the only problem with this one is yes, maybe it's big enough to fit, but it takes you like an extra 10 seconds to get it open.
On your needs, yeah.
So great cases, guys. Put a comment in the description which one's your favorite. And if you have any other phones, technology, budget tech that you'd like to see reviewed, the Galaxy S8 by no means is budget tech, of course, but it's such a very popular phone, and people want to protect that kind of phone. And the cases are very inexpensive. Poetic makes great cases for a great price, so that's why they're in today's review.
All right, guys, so that's going to wrap it up for us. We gave you a nice shot here of all of them right next to each other. You can see just the S8 Plus next to the cases, the size difference. But again, guys, we want to thank you. Please continue to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys have any suggestions on things you want to see, please let us know in the comment section below.